What's up, guys? Kaijudoyoshi here, back with the 5th part of my Evo Fury review series. Yes, this is part 5, kind of weird. So yeah, this time we'll be reviewing the Fire Civilization cards. And to start off, we get Big Hissy, which is one of the first cards that we saw. Level 5 Dune Gecko, 6,000 power. It's got 3 abilities, Evolution, Double Breaker, and 20-ton Wrecking Ball. This creature can attack untapped creatures. So basically, this card is kind of like the other like evolutions that I've been seeing this set, how they're just like normals, no effect. So this could attack untapped creatures, which kind of gives it a little bit of an advantage. I don't know, it's still not amazing. They could have made this a little bit better for it being the very rare. I don't like many of the very rares in this set. They're kind of disappointing. There are a few decent ones. I think Cobalt's pretty cool, and I think that... I don't know. I think Cobalt's cool. I think that... What is the... Wow, I can't remember the Darkness one. Screeching Scare Adorable. No, not Screeching. Yeah, that's it. That card's pretty cool, too. But, yeah. Moving on from those. I just don't think the super rares in this set are good. It's just one of the more mediocre ones, in my opinion. It's okay. They could have made this better. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. Being able to untap creatures is cool and all, but... I think that they could have replaced, like, it's kind of like weird how like one effect contradicts the other one. You're gonna either use this to hit monsters and then Double Breaker doesn't work, or Double Breaker and then the first effect doesn't work. So obviously it would be like pretty good if they can just like destroy an untapped creature when it attacks or something. But yeah, this doesn't, that one ability is the only thing that can try and separate this from the other just normal evolutions, and I don't think that's enough. So yeah, 3 out of 5. I mean, being able to tap to untaps is pretty cool, though. So I gave it a 3. Alright, next up. Oops, went down a little too much there. Last Forge Captain. Yeah, this card was revealed a while ago, but still going to go over it. Fire Civilization Evolution Creature. That's level 5. It's a Drakon, 4,000 power. Evolution. Its ability is Craterize. Whenever this creature attacks, banish any number of target enemy creatures that have... total power 4,000 or less. This card's pretty cool. I mean, it's definitely a lot better than Big Hissy, but then again, they do go on different things. But yeah, this card has the ability to get, well, instantly, basically when you attack, if you break a shield and you use this thing's effect, it's basically a 1-for-1 breaking the shield, which is pretty good. You get 2 things, which can easily happen against like most decks, hitting stuff like Blaze Belchers, Dracon Weaponsmiths, Fumes, Seneschals, Gigastans, Reef Princes. Just good stuff like that. It's really easy to hit more than one thing, in which case if you go and break a shield and then get rid of 2 things, that is a +1 that you just got for breaking your opponent's shield. And not to mention, if you're running over a monster with this thing, and then you pop 2 more, that's a +3 right there. That's really good. This thing generates advantage really fast. 4,000 power is good. It's level 5, so it can't be hit by most of the removal. It can still be hit by Tornado Flame, which kind of sucks. But if this thing was any more than 4,000, it would probably be too good. This card's going to get a 4 out of 5, because it's a pretty good card, pretty solid. It's not going to be amazing later in the game, for when most of the stuff has more than 4,000 power, but it's a pretty good card to drop early on, or if your opponent's playing like Control and stuff, and they like just drop the Fumes, you can go drop this next turn, and then you can just get rid of it the turn after. Alright, next up. Where was I? Alright, Cliff Cutter. This is a fire creature, level 2 Drakon, 1,000+ power. Its ability is Evo Inflamed. When you have another evolution creature in the battle zone, this creature gets +2,000 power. This card is, I don't know, it's not that good. I don't see why I wouldn't just want to run Drakon, Weaponsmith, or Vorg over this. Having to have an evolution creature is kind of situational. I mean, the only ones that you can go drop this turn too, and then you can argue that you can drop like Emperor Neuron or one of the other cards I will be showing you later in this. That's a level 3 evolution. To combo well with this, but it's not really that good. I'd rather just attack with Drakon Weaponsmith. And also, if you're doing that, that's saying that you had that turn 1, you dropped a thing that you can use to bring out the evolution creature. See, this card's going to get a 2 out of 5. I think it's outclassed. by other cards, which I don't like. Alright, continuing. We have... what was that? Alright, Drakon Warchief. This is a fire creature, level 4 Drakon, 3000 plus power. Its ability is Heart of Fire. While all the cards in your mana zone are fire cards, this creature has fast attack and powerful attack plus 2000. So yeah, the first thing I noticed about this card is that it's basically a mini Gilliflame. I'm going to say mini for a few reasons. The only difference is that this doesn't go back to your hand like Gilliflame. I don't like this card. I think they could have made a different kind of effect. I mean, I don't see... like, people don't even run 3 Gilliflame. Why would you want to run, like, any of these? I'm not saying to go out and run 3 Gilliflame, because I'm definitely not saying that. I mean, if you're running Mono Fire, you might want to put this in. It doesn't bounce, which can be helpful. But sometimes the bouncing effect can really save you from stuff like in-hand Bone Blades and other stuff like that. That would hit this card really easily. Powerful attack 2000 is just dumb. Why couldn't they have just given it the 2000 boost? That still wouldn't... I mean, it wouldn't have made it, like, overpowered or anything. I don't know. I think that this card is basically just like another Gilliflame, and it's like people aren't even running 3 of that. Why would you want to run this? So yeah, this card's going to get 2.5 out of 5. I honestly think this is the worst of the mono Civilization cards, just because this card had a lot more potential, and I'm not sure why they made it like so hindered when they could have just made it just get the 2000 plus power, and it would have made it so much better, because the 3000 thing is kind of dumb, in my opinion. Alright, next up, Gunwing Dragon. Another really bad card. Fire creature, level 6, Armor Dragon, Double Breaker, breaks 2 shields, 6000 power. Why would you not ever run Bolgash over this? It's the same thing, except Bolgash has the ability to get rid of a blocker every time it attacks. This card sucks. Don't run it. 1 out of 5. People don't run 3 Bolgash, and if you were to run anything, you'd run 3 Bolgash over this. Bad card. 1 out of 5. Alright, continuing, we now have Heat Seekers. More bad cards. Fire spell, level 3. Banish target enemy creature that has power 3000 or less. It's a Rock Bite for 1 less mana, or 1 less level, only it doesn't have Shield Blast. It having Shield Blast is kind of what makes some of these cards good. I mean, this not having Shield Blast hurts it a lot. Not really that good. Nothing that's like really like 3000 or less that you're really like, oh, I have to hit that. That's like maybe not a Refi or something. Refi, Sunstalks, those are kind of annoying. Those would be decent targets for this to hit. But other than that, there's really not that much that you'd want to hit that's 3000 or less. This card's going to get a 1.5 out of 5. It's not terrible. It's a 1-for-1 removal card. Very limited in what it can hit. I think this probably could have been level 2, in my opinion. That might have helped it a little bit. But yeah, it being level 3 is kind of dumb. This card maybe isn't bad in Sealed, but I don't know. Can't really say anything for Sealed, I have not played Sealed. Alright, next up is Heat Seekers. Whoops, that's the one I just did. I look like an idiot now. Okay, we're not doing Heat Seekers. We're doing Jet Thrust Starter. This is a fire creature, level 3, Dune Gecko, 1000 power, with fast attack. Yeah, I don't really like this card. I mean, this is basically a weaker but 1 less mana version of Draglide the Swiftest, which I don't even think sees any play, but I don't know, maybe you guys can prove me wrong. It's not a terrible card, but doesn't see any play around me. But yeah, this card is pretty mediocre in my opinion. I mean, 1000 power, this thing's going to hit by every blocker, the new stuff. Chasm Entanglers for if you want to play like Evo or Enforcer Evolutions. Cyber Sprites for people who are running the water. It's just like even the 1-drop things can stop this. It's vulnerable to every blocker. After the first turn, basically this card is a 1000 vanilla monster, which is bad. Yeah, this card is going to get a 1 out of 5. I don't think this should see play. Fast attack is cool, but it's not worth running this just to get a fast attack. Alright, scrolling down. Come on, let's get some better cards in here. Jet Flame Bodyguard. Alright, this is a level 1 fire creature, Drakon, 3000 power, Skirmisher. Yeah, this card, the only problem with it is that when you drop a turn 1, it doesn't do anything. I mean, the point of having, like, level 1 creatures is so you can drop them earlier in the game. You want to, there's obviously a reason why Bolt Tail has 8 mana. If you could drop that, like, turn 1 or something, that card would be completely broken. Like, it would just, like, completely ruin this game already. But yeah, this card, it being level 1 is bad. I mean, the fact that it's a skirmisher, it can't do anything turn 1, and it probably can't even do anything turn 2. I mean, nothing's going to be attacking you that early in the game. I mean, this thing is a cool out to Blaze Belcher, but so is pretty much any guard in the game. So, yeah, this card's going to get a 1 out of 5. I don't think it's good. Some people can argue that you can drop this like with a 4 for like 5 mana, and then you can start hitting monsters with it, but I don't know. I don't like this card. They could have just made this a, like, 1 for 1,000 normal, or 1 for 500 normal. Not 1,000, that would have been kind of bad. But yeah, this thing could have hit shields, it would have helped it a lot. Yeah, that would have made it, like, really good. That would have moved its, like, 1 to, like, a 4 or something. So, yeah, that is that. And I'm not sure why it's doing that. Sorry about that. Next up is Laser Arm Drakon. This is a Fire Evolution creature, level 3 Drakon, 4,000 plus power. Evolution, powerful attack 2,000, and double breaker. This is kind of like a normal one, except it has powerful attack 2,000. 3 for 6,000 isn't terrible. I don't know, this still feels like a normal one to me. I wouldn't run this. I'm going to give this a 2.5, because it's a really good one to drop early in the game. I don't see why you wouldn't. It's like, I don't know, Emperor Neuron is really good just because, like, it's 5,000 and you get, like, 1-for-1s for breaking shields with it since you draw one. It, like, gets you back advantage and stuff. But this card, it basically just lets you have a 1,000 extra. Granted, it does have Double Breaker too. Double Breaker at level 3 isn't bad. But, yeah, I don't like this card that much. I'm going to go ahead and give this, like I said, a 2.5 out of 5. And yeah, this card could have some cool combos with Cliff Cutter, though. Drop Cliff Cutter turn 2, drop, like, Cliff Cutter turn 2, and then drop that turn 3. If you drop some that you can evolve on it turn 1. Alright, next card is Lava Leaper. Is a fire creature, level 2 Dune Gecko. 1,000 power, its ability is Rocket Jump. This creature cannot be attacked by creatures that have power 3,000 or less. Pretty good aggro card. I mean, if you drop this turn 2, and then you start hitting with it turn, like, 3, and then they probably can't run over it then you can hit with it turn 4, too. It's basically a double breaker, almost. This card's decent. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. It kind of has some potential. It can be used with combo cards. I don't know why that's, like, so hard for me to say that. Yeah, you can combo this with, like, blockers and stuff to protect it if needed, and that can be really good for when the monsters that have more than 3,000 power are trying to hit this. And also, when you use that versus, like, control, they kind of can't really do anything to it. Honestly. So, yeah. I mean, if you put out a blocker, it's kind of screwed instantly, but if you don't have any blockers, that card's just going to start hitting shields like crazy. And the last card is Twin Cannon Maelstrom. Maelstrom, there we go. Fire creature, level 5 Armored Dragon, 5,000 power. Its ability is Extra Cannon. All of the other creatures have powerful attack plus 2,000. And yeah, this card is basically a improved Essence Elf. It's 5 for 5,000, which is pretty good. It's an Armored Dragon, so this thing can get fast attack with hyper speed, which isn't bad because even though it doesn't have an effect that would boost it when it attacks, it can still just get in there and break shields earlier, and it can give your other guys bigger power if you want to just use some to break shields and then the others to run over monsters. Yeah, this card's interesting. It can have a lot of combos with it. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think it's pretty good. And yeah, that brings the fire discussion to a close. So yeah, I hope you guys like this video. Thanks for watching, and peace.